Welcome back, guys. Kibla Ahmed out here in London. G-Man.
What's up, guys? G-Man out here in Hong Kong. Excuse me, I got a bit of a cough, man. So if I cough, I apologize in advance.
When you get warm, you got a warm drink with you?
Nah, I'm cool. I need to take some night nurse and hit the bed there.
Yeah.
It's about 2 a.m. now, man. So
yeah, I
let's do
think
this thing.
it's about, what time is it? About
Take
6 o'clock.
a night nurse, and then I'll sleep for a good couple hours, man.
No, that's good. Make sure you do, bro. Make sure you do. Well, all is good, bro. Just want to say a massive happy Christmas. Have a good New Year, bro. Messages to everybody out in Hong Kong. And in the UK as well, guys. Happy Christmas and a happy New Year's.
Happy Christmas to everyone, man. What you guys up to tomorrow, man? You guys got plans?
We're gonna we're making dinner, man. Dad wants steak, so we're gonna sort something out for him. So we're gonna start cooking from the morning, so it should be interesting, man. But we're gonna miss you over here, G man. But
yeah, I wish I was home, man. I never take holiday during Christmas because work's always easy.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to Christmas and everyone goes home, I'm like, shit, I should have gone home.
Yeah.
But this last minute tickets are too expensive, man. It's mad. So I'm gonna spend it with George.
Yeah.
In an area called Taipo.
Cool.
Where he lives. Countryside games. Just gonna spend it down there. Should be nice, man.
Nice. All right, cool. Couple of things to cover up on today. We're going to be talking about, briefly go over the Punisher as Iron Man series coming out soon, but we're going to proper review that in the new year. We've got, War Machine, and then you've got the backlash on Star Wars. Some more issues with Ben Affleck, and then I think it's problematic, but it's just one thing that's on the list. Spider-Man Hobgoblin coming back again, so that's another thing we'll touch base on. And Bright, the movie. I reviewed it yesterday, watched it yesterday. G-Man watched it yesterday as well. Or was it this morning?
Yeah, I watched it today, yeah.
Today, yeah. So let's start off with... You might as well show everybody the covers, bro. Go for it.
Oh, wicked. So I picked these up. Punisher, War Machine, crossover, I guess. Here's issue 1, issue 2. Issue 1 actually there was another special edition front cover, which looked amazing, but it cost £20, man. I was gonna buy that. But it was basically just the artwork was wicked. It was just basically he was in the war zone, everything's already fucked up, and he's just got the War Machine helmet in his head. Look at it. It looked wicked. I would have loved to pick it up, but I stuck to these. But guys, when I get a chance to read it, I'll read it in the new year, and by the new year, and I'll give you a quick review. I mean, all I'm saying as a Punisher fan is like, one, if you've got Punisher with the War Machine suit, you know some shit's going down.
Exactly.
He's fucking shit.
Exactly.
And if S.H.I.E.L.D. are desperate enough to give him fucking War Machine suit, then they want shit to go down. Someone needs to die, bro. So they gave him the tools, the ultimate tool to kill somebody. So I'm super looking forward to reading this.
I'm interested to see where it goes. So I will pick up the issues and have a go myself. Another thing that I did want to go through, but this is later on, not now. But your top 10 movies of this year, even if it's not top 10, but your top 5 movies that came out this year, and then kind of just go through it, and we'll give our thoughts on it. But
cool.
I move on too quickly, what's happening now with so there's a lot happening with Marvel at the moment. So I can't remember the creator of Thanos is left Marvel. There was some issues regarding him not getting paid out for Marvel Studios using Thanos in Avengers and all of that. So he never really got a payout because some of his characters that are in the DC world, he's still getting money for, bro. So stuff like that, he's like
royalties and all that.
Yeah, exactly. So he's having issues with that, and he's kicked out. Hobgoblin is back into the Spider-Man universe, and I think it's the original Hobgoblin. I don't know so far how they're going with this story to bring back Norman. I think it's Norman Osborn, the original Hobgoblin, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see where they take that. What else was happening? Alan Moore has been in a feud with DC since the 80s regarding the Watchmen characters and he hasn't received no royalties or anything. He got bumped in the situation. I think this is why there's so many laws for writers and artists now at the moment now. And after that secret of comic books, the issues that happened with Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. I mean, Jack Kirby did so much. And it's true. The guy deserves some credit, man. Like, nah, he gets it after he's dead.
Yeah.
And I hate that because I can understand Stan's, like, for a moment, for about a year or two, I didn't really like Stan Lee, but watching that kind of made me understand what happened. It was a misunderstanding. He got I think towards the end he understood that I'm not that type of person to be in front of the camera and in the limelight all the time. But it would have been nice to get the credit for my artwork and my co-creations. That would have been nice. But I think he got darked on that. And I don't think Stan Lee even saw that. He didn't notice it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Well, let's be real, right? Like, in any business, in anything, man, there's always going to be some kind of fucked up politics. Like, that's just the way the world works.
No, of course.
And that's just the way human beings are, man. So, I mean, we don't know Stan Lee as a person. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, we love him. We love him when we see him in the movies.
Yeah.
He created these amazing things that we love.
Yeah.
But we don't know. I mean, seeing that documentary, what was it called again? The history of comics and stuff?
So Robert Kirkman's History of Comic Books.
Episode 1?
Yeah.
Yeah. If that's true, you know, again, you don't know if these things are true, but if that's true, it looked like it was legit, then it's genuine. Like, Stan Lee didn't know, you know, how bad it was going in the sense that he was doing his thing. This guy's he was like a diva, man. You know what I'm saying? He was the face.
That's right.
So he was doing his thing. Maybe he made a mistake and he didn't promote Kirby as much as he should have.
That's right. That's right.
So, you know, things just led on and shit, excuse me, man.
It's alright, bro. Get some water.
But, you know, that's what I'm saying, man. So he was probably just having a game. He's going famous. You know, all these amazing characters. He's brought up Marvel Comics from nothing to something, right?
Yeah.
You know, I guess he realized it after. Dan Kirby realized it after. And, you know, it's good that he's getting credit now, but still, to be honest, even to this day, you ask anyone, they're just going to say Stan Lee. So, you know, true fans or people who looks into it and stuff, they will know who Dan Kirby is.
Yeah.
But, you know, unfortunately, it's just the way it is, I guess, man. I don't know. Business is business, but as they say.
No, you're right. And Mr. Javed Ahmed said it himself when he betrayed Yakub.
Oh, shit. Fuck that.
All I'm saying is business is business, cuz. That's all I remember. That's all I remember.
Business is business, cuz. That's fucked up. But you know what? Like, even going back and just watching that first episode was really like, it's quite an amazing thing, man, to know where it came from.
Yeah.
And how, you know, again, it's just crazy how DC run the show back in the days with the comic books. Right?
Oh yeah, of course.
And they came out, then Marvel came up, and then they stole the show, and then, you know, years later, like say the movie world, for example, DC stole the show. They had Superman they had the original Batman.
Yeah.
They killed Marvel when it came. Like, the first steps, the first evolutions, they comic books, then TV shows, then movies. DC always killed it. And then Marvel figured out, all right, we need to figure out how to do it. And now they're killing it. So I won't be surprised. I don't know what the next thing is, but the next thing, DC kills it again, whatever the hell it is, and then Marvel comes up and steps up. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
no,
that's the pattern that's been going on since the beginning. Bro.
No, of course, bro, of course. I just feel like, I don't know. It's good to see this culture growing massively, right? And understanding it more as well, because for me personally, when I was reading it, and even reading it now, like, I look at Jack Kirby's artwork, and I look at what Stan Lee had done, I look at people from DC like Jim Lee and Gary Frank, and I see their artwork, I see, you know, the way it's done, and like, you don't think about the politics that are behind it. You kind of think, like, as I was growing up, I think, it must have been amazing to be a comic book artist. It's not, because half of them got bumped, and they did 60, 70 hours a week. Jack Kirby, bro, he said he called it the dungeon, and that hurt me, man. He was working in the dungeon for, 18-hour days, 20-hour days, bro. Just sketching. He loved it. He loved what he was doing. But it's like, he weren't getting... I don't know. I find it hard, man, because I can relate to him. I don't know if you saw the other documentary about Bill Finger.
I didn't. I don't think I did.
Okay, I'm going to send you that next. Okay, so guys, if you haven't seen it, it's a documentary on Bill Finger, who is the co-creator of Batman.
Oh, okay.
So any of you guys that are Batman fans and never you think Bob Kane is the creator, he is not the creator. He is the co-creator of Batman. And I never knew that for almost, 20, 30 years of my life until I found out almost, what was it? I watched it with my wife. It was like 3-4 months ago. I was, like Kevin Smith, I was bawling, bro. I was bawling. It's such a good documentary, and to find out what this guy went through and the connection, because, bro, he died by himself, not nobody knowing who he is.
He is, yeah. That's deep.
It is proper deep. I was bawling, bro. I was like, oh, I couldn't stop. It was like the Green Mile, bro. I was like, oh, my heart. Oh, why? What are you doing up to? And she was like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm losing. It was too much. But I'll send that to you.
Because, you know, like you said, it's interesting that we appreciate this stuff. We love this stuff now, but it is definitely important, especially for fans, to go back and really understand where it came from.
Exactly.
Not to just to love it now, but really appreciate it. Because you're into the art and all that stuff. You love that shit. You know all about that, and you appreciate that more than I do.
Yeah.
You know me. I'm a deep guy, man. So I love the human element of shit. So when they were talking about how, sorry, is it Jack Kirby or Dan Kirby?
Jack.
I was calling him Dan.
So
Jack Kirby, the emotions that he was putting on the bases, like that's what Stan Lee loved about him, and DC didn't like that.
Expression and everything.
I really was put to the expressions, and then some of the characters. I mean, Stan Lee was saying that he wanted his Marvel characters to be more realistic, more human. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, they have human issues. Like, Spider-Man has his human issues, and the one that got me the most was the X-Men, right?
Yeah.
That related purely to you know, prejudice stuff that was going on in the US, right?
Yeah.
Magneto was supposed to kind of be like Malcolm X,
yeah.
and Professor X was like Martin Luther King.
Yep.
And that was really a touching. See, I love the human elements of things. So when I see that, that's what I love. Because I'm always telling people who are not comic book geeks and who might look at me and like, oh, you like comic books, you little child. I'm like, read a Punisher comic and tell me if a 2-year-old should be reading that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he's blowing off someone's head.
Exactly.
Read the X-Men comics and they're talking about the Holocaust and racism and discrimination. Tell me if that's for kids.
Exactly.
So that's what I love about those stories, man. You know what I mean? That's what really gets me into it, and I get really passionate about it. Because people always ask me, why you like this comic book character, the Punisher? And I have to get deep. I'm like, listen, like, you guys think this is kiddies because it's drawn on a comic or piece of paper. Like, this is more deeper than Harry Potter, for example, man. You love reading Harry Potter novels. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is more deeper than that. You know what I'm trying to say? So,
of course.
I think people they don't really, they see the movie, they see whatever, and they just think it's kiddish thing. But there's a lot of deep shit to this, man. There's a lot of thought behind it, man. Not just kiddie stuff. It's real life shit, man.
No, of course. I feel like people will always put it towards. People will always, I don't know, they'll always second guess it, bro. They always think it's for kids. I still get that to this day. It doesn't bother me. I don't give a shit. It's like when somebody asks, like, why, like, some people will ask me, what is it? What is the passion about? It's none of your business, man. It's what I like. It's what I love to do. So why do I have to be a sheep and follow you lot because you guys want to do something that everybody else wants to do? And the thing is, remember, I don't want to sound arrogant or naive or anything like that. I have been with this from day one. Yeah, from day one. I'm not one of them guys who bandwagon jumpers. You know what I mean? Nah.
Yeah. Trust me. Remember, we used to live with Uncle, man, Sasa, man. He used to show us these things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? He showed us these things. He used to draw the pictures for us. He used to give us the comic book. I remember he used to give me his shitty comics to read, the ones that were already ripped, to make sure I don't touch the collector's editions. We've known this stuff from day, man. I mean, because of our upbringing with him, and he taught us all of this stuff. You know, even all the Hong Kong movies. When I came out to Hong Kong, people were like, how do you know these John Woo and Chow Yun-fat movies? I'm like, listen, I grew up with this shit, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm trying to say? I grew up with all of this stuff. Comic books, hip-hop music.
Yeah.
You remember listening to, I'll never forget listening to when he used to bust Ice-T. I don't know, 7 let's be 6-year-old or something.
Yeah.
I didn't know nothing about hip hop, and I'm hearing Ice-T and he's fucking. I remember that intro when Ice-T is like, "Oh, if you get offended by the words like bitch, motherfucker, this, that, turn this shit off now. This ain't no pop album." And I'm like, 6-year-old boy, I'm like, what kind of music is this? So we like, he taught us a lot, man.
No, of course he did. Of course he did. And
big props to Uncle, man.
Yeah,
he drew me this
definitely.
picture as well. But he got us into it, man. We ain't no bandwagon.
We're not bandwagon jumpers, so this is the only thing, because when somebody tries to test my knowledge, I'm like, I can't, because it'd be embarrassing, and I don't do that. I'm gonna stay humble. I'm gonna try and stay humble. But I'm just saying, this is what's happened, and this is what the industry has done now, because it's brought all of these people. This stuff is so mainstream now. 10 years ago, bro, there was nowhere where there was only 1 or 2 comic shops. Now there's comic shops and toys and shit jumping around left, right, and center. Comic cons. Remember when we went to our first Comic Con like 6 years ago? Quiet, dead. We could walk around and do what we want. It's become a mainstream thing, but I think the main thing is, okay, yes, it's brought this element of geekiness out, which is pretty cool, and I agree with it massively, but I just don't like the fact where people kind of challenge the fact why are we interested in it. It doesn't mean that I'm still a kid. It just means that I have a passion for something I believe in. Like, you didn't go through bullying and, you know, being called names and the rest of it. I had to go through that. Yeah, and now you suddenly, the cool guy wants to be the geek. It doesn't make sense. Like, be who you are. Don't be fake, man. Don't be fake. That's what it was. That's what it was.
Ultimately, bro, all these things is about good and evil.
Exactly.
About being a good person.
About being a good person, yeah.
They're all like hero movies, man. They're like, you know, how you become better for yourself, how you help your fellow human beings, how you help each other, be good to one another. There's always going to be a bad guy. How do you overcome this bad guy? You're always going to go through shit. How do you overcome this and become this good guy? Ultimately, it's about being a hero. It's actually a good. They're all good, you know what I mean? If your son's telling you I love Batman, then you're like, you know what? That's amazing, bro. Like, if you want to go up to be Batman, be Batman. Because 1, he's a billionaire. 2, he's trying to help people. Damn, be Batman.
Yeah.
You know? It would be an issue if he said he wants to be the Joker. Then you know he's fucked up. You need to help him. But, you know what I'm saying? So ultimately, these things are amazing.
Inspiring. It's inspiring.
When it comes to sorry to cut you, man. When it comes to business, unfortunately, it's great that the comic book industry, Marvel's killing it. We love it, right? Keep giving us all the content in the world, right? You know, obviously, because business is good, they're gonna sometimes target things towards the money, right? Which we might not like sometimes, right?
Exactly.
I get this in those of things. Even like, I don't know. You know me, I love the UFC and mixed martial arts, right? Back in the days, it was about fighters, bro, martial artists. Now, because it's more of a business, it's about, what 2 fights can we put together to make the most money, rather than who's the best fighters. That's business, man. I think in any business, that's the way it's going to go.
Oh, of course.
You're always going to head towards the money. The only issue is if you completely lose your roots, then you lose your true fans. But
of course.
Business, man. That's the line. That's the line for this podcast. That's what we should call this podcast. Business is business.
Javed, thanks for that one, bro. Business is business. Hold on. Let me try and get a, in the moment, selfie while we do this podcast. Hold up, man. Let me see how I can do this.
Selfie games.
Yeah, I know.
There's another fashion right here.
Awesome. Sorry, man. Let the people know that we're doing this podcast.
Post up on Instagram and all that stuff as well, man.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'll get that sorted. What else was happening? Just to let you artists know, guys. Oh, sorry, you were going to say?
No, I'll talk about part 2 of that documentary in a second.
Yeah, definitely. I was just going to run through quickly. Guys, I've got some new content on my channel. I've been working on my Wonder Woman and Storm sketch. So, guys, if you want to see the videos on how to and what I've got done so far, I'm teaching the ways. Thank you to everybody who's joined so far. All right, guys, there was another message in here as well to say that I want to say a massive thank you to you subscribers. I wanted to say a Happy New Year and a Happy Christmas as well. You guys are absolutely amazing. The influx of new subscribers are absolutely amazing. And after our mission, because this is more of a family thing now, is to get to 1,000 subscribers so that I can do some great giveaways, guys. I want to be able to give back. That's my main thing. So, and to you guys that are really honestly made this channel grow. So I'm still trying to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. If it doesn't happen, doesn't upset me. I just keep pushing, keep moving forward, and we'll get there eventually. But you guys, the response on the videos have been absolutely amazing. The Avengers one blew up suddenly, and I don't know where that came from. I want to thank you guys, and thanks for the comments as well. But that was an honest, speechless reaction. I was so excited and so moist. I do need to give a constructive feedback. But the thing is, like now, I've realised that most of the movie reviews I do, I don't tell you plot details and spoil things. I do sometimes, and I'll let you know. But like what I did for Bright, that was more of a reaction video because me and my brother was at the edge of my fucking seat, man. I love that movie. It was brilliant. But we'll get to that. I'm gonna give it back to Gilman on episode 2 of Wonder Woman. On
the history of comic books.
That's right.
Episode 2. I watched it yesterday. Wonder Woman is obviously the most iconic female character right out there in regards to comic books, man. And I always knew there was something behind her story. I mean, it's a documentary, so I'm gonna spoil it a little bit, but watch it still. It's still deep. But there was this. I can't remember the names and stuff like that. But one of the artists, the creators of it, he was obviously a fiend, man. Like he had this sexual desire, you know the guys who like to get beat and all that shit. He was one of them dudes.
Fetish dudes. Fetish dudes.
Yeah, and his wife, he was always about women power. He had this philosophy that if women were in charge, there'd be no wars and all that sort of stuff. He believed that men create wars, and he believed that if women were in charge, that it'd be more peaceful. And I don't know, man. Human beings are human beings. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Male, female, it don't matter, man. People are crazy. People would create war. Anyway, he had a good thing. He was always up for women's rights and all this sort of stuff. And then he was a professor student, and he fell in love with one of his students as well.
Okay.
Somehow, this player managed to live with both of them, man.
What?
They had the wife and the girlfriend in the same house. The wife accepted it. Somehow he pulled it off, bro. And then he
I
had
need to watch this shit.
The moistness, seriously. He had kids with both of them, and they all lived together, man. I mean, so that you go watch the documentary, see this feeling.
I'll check it out. Yeah.
Anyway, the birth of the character came through that sort of thing, and at first it was more like, it was a woman, so the character, what you call it, the people behind it were like they weren't feeling it.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman through so much shit. When she first joined the Justice League, they made her an assistant, man. That's how.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Justice League assistant. And then eventually they tried to when he died or something like that, I can't remember, but eventually they turned her comic into like she got married and all this bullshit. It just turned bullshit after, you know what I mean? Yeah. But then once it blew up again, when they gave her the power and shit like that, and the TV program came out, it just went. She's the most iconic female character ever.
No, I know.
His idea was like, listen, if you got a Superman, his idea, his wife's idea, I guess, what the female that he was with. If you got a Superman, we should have a Superwoman, someone who's exactly got the strength and all that sort of stuff, and the lasso that tells you the truth, all that sort of stuff. He believed that we should have a woman as strong as Superman, but in that sort of field. So obviously in that time, man, you know what I'm saying, there was all this women's rights and all that sort of stuff. They weren't feeling it, but with his dirty mind and his 2 wives and whatnot, he pulled it out, man. I mean, it's an interesting character, but just to know the background and where it came from, it just makes it a bit more interesting.
Of course, you need something like that.
Because she's fit, right? Let's be real. She is fit. She does wear clothes where the legs up showing and all that sort of stuff. So you just knew that was coming from. But however, she is an iconic, strong woman, female leader. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Not just a pretty lady on the team. She's one of the most powerful superheroes in the DC universe.
Yeah.
And she's a leader, man. She's strong. The people, the Amazonians or whatever, they're strong female characters. So that was the main thing anyway, man. Especially back then, that's a big thing.
Very big thing. It's in the 50s, isn't it? So.
Yeah, exactly. It's huge, Just like, I guess just like, I don't know, maybe Black Panther from back then. Like,
of course.
We could talk about that when Black Panther comes out, because that's another deep thing. But as the years went past, man, things were difficult for certain people, man. But
no, of course.
check out episode 2, man. It's definitely interesting. I've had it on. So I watch these podcasts. I watch these documentaries while I was at work, and there's some scenes of him getting whipped and all this sort of stuff. They reenacted it, right? I had to switch it off. I'm like, I can't have some of that work TV and some getting whipped up.
Oh shit.
That would be funny. But like I said, it's interesting to go back and just, you know what, I love these characters, I love this comic book stuff. Let me find out what these characters
it's really good, really good. It's nice to know.
Good to understand it.
Nice to know. All right, bro. Jump on Star Wars Backlash.
Yeah, tell me about it, man. What sort of stuff? I mean, I'm hearing bullshit, what you tell me, man. What's
problems, bro. Problems.
I liked your review that you did, the second review. I listened to that. I liked it. I really, what you said, I think to me made sense.
Yeah.
Basically saying out with the old, in with the new.
Yeah.
Guess that's life, isn't it? Go on,
no, of course, it moves on. So there's been petitions out saying take this movie out of the actual canon of the rest of the movies. So I'm like, people have taken it. Older fans have taken it quite offensively. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I came out of the cinema the first time round, bro, I was proper mixed. Like, I came out, I couldn't even say anything. Like, everybody was like, did you enjoy it? And I was like, I don't know. I remember driving home thinking, what did I just watch? Like, what upset? It didn't upset me. I just felt like it didn't give me no feelings. You know, you go watch a Star Wars movie, you get feelings, bro. Like, I didn't get that feeling. Because even with The Force Awakens, even though they played it safe, it just didn't give me the emotions. The Last Jedi didn't give me that same moistness. And then, so basically what's happening online, people are doing petitions to get this movie. People didn't like the way Mark Hamill's character was. I mean, even Mark Hamill, you've seen some of the videos. He doesn't even like what happened to the character. But he understands that it's a business. It all comes back down to business. Disney own this franchise now. It's up to them what they want to do. I don't have nothing to do with it no more. I play the character I need to pay. I got bills to pay. Like, he's so honest, bro. I got bills to pay. I got people to feed. You know, move on. I got to live. I would have liked the character to go to a different way. But I don't think people like the fact that basically they got kicked in the balls when they watched that. And basically it was a fuck you to old Star Wars people. And it was tough, but watching it the third time, and then I was like, fuck, this guy did something. I found it amazing, bro. There are plot holes and issues with the story. But for me to go watch it again and bring that kid out of me, you can't keep going there to watch these movies because a kid's going to jump out. I actually honestly came out thinking, shit, I feel like Dad now. Like, when Dad's like, oh, this movie was boring. Like, stuff like that. You know, Dad's joke is straight up. Like, that movie was boring. Why did they remake these movies?
You took Dad to watch it, yeah?
No. I can't remember what film I took him to. We are looking to take him in the new year. But
yeah, I mean, he always loves the originals. I remember when we went to watch Superman, Man of Steel.
Yeah. And
he was like, Superman Returns, that number 2. He goes, that was the best one.
Yeah.
Which one, 1970, whatever.
Yeah.
So old school. We're that as well, man.
We are that. It is that.
We like old school stuff.
But I like what Rian Johnson did as a director to do it. He did it in a nice way, bro. And even the last scene, I think it was justice because everybody keeps saying, I think, guys, spoilers. There's going to be spoilers here. That Jedi, he shouldn't have died the way he did. But I think it was much more of a peaceful approach. Could you imagine him dying in battle?
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see that.
No,
He's
nor
the
did
best. I want someone killing him. I didn't want Kylo Ren killing him.
Exactly. It's the legend, isn't it? Even when he says, if you strike me down, I'll be with you forever. I'm like, oh, shit. Obi-Wan Kenobi's words. Why is he saying shit like that for? I instantly thought, oh, man's going to die now, man. And when he, you know that scene when he goes through with the lightsaber, and I'm like, you bastards, man. How could you do this to me? Like, not like that. But I like the fact that they did this peaceful. He was in contempt. He was in peace. He was happy the way it ended. That's the way it should have been. But I don't understand why people were like, oh, he should have had a great battle and the rest of it. And I'm like, they are genuinely slowly taking out the old out of this product. Disney have taken over. It's not George Lucas's. It's not 20th Century Fox. They own 20th Century Fox now, so everything's all theirs. They are going to take this to next levels because this is going to sell shitloads, man. It already has. It's like the second best movie to come out in the past couple of years. Box office openings was.
Yeah.
It maybe not be a great story, but it was a good movie, I can say.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I came out. Listen, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan in the world, but I'm a huge fan, right? I came out thinking, yeah, I liked it. There was things that I was just like, well, that's fucked up. Like you know, things that they built up in the first film that they just shat on there. So it was like, you know, the epic ending of the first one of The Force Awakens. Luke Skywalker gets his lightsaber, and that's epic, and he just dashes it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I mean, I took it, but I was like, shit, man, that was quite epic. That was an epic moment, but they just shat on it, right?
Yeah.
Snoke is another guy that was like, who's this dude? Who, like, wow, they're building him up, and then he just got sliced in two, like nothing, right? Because he seemed so powerful, I thought he would have noticed it.
That's what I thought as well.
Again, yeah. What's that, sorry?
That's what I thought as well. I thought he was like the powerful dude. But
yeah, exactly. And again, another thing, like, he was built up so much, and you're just like, oh, like, that's it, like, he's dead, alright, cool. Like, all of these things came, like, I was like, oh shit, that's deep, oh my god. And then I was like, well, shit, man, they built him up. But then I got on with it, man. Same with the, I remember you saying that part where, shit, when they go to the casino place, or whatever. Yeah, like, yes, I do believe that was all a whole lot of waste of time. I believe that. And what you said at the end, it was to give those kids hope, which made sense, you know what I mean? But it was just kind of like, okay, so they went there, they destroyed the place, they freed the animals, but they left the kids. The kids are the slaves. They left them. I'm like, alright, well, when you think about that, you're like, well, that's fucked up. But, you know,
I don't know. There was another meaning to it. Maybe he's the new Luke Skywalker or something. Like, it didn't work out. But basically, the petitions, people were writing petitions. There was one guy, bro, you're gonna die, bro. He saw the movie, he came out, he was crying. He went up to, you know, that petition.com basicness, written down, why did they make the movie, why did they kill off my favourite character, blah, 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 yeah? He got like 25,000 people sign up that agreed with him. Then he goes up the next day, yeah, puts up on his Facebook, he closes the account, yeah, saying, sorry, this wasn't meant to be, I think the film's great. He goes, he was on high medication at the time, and he was just emotional.
People go too far, man.
I know,
but listen, you know what, yeah? Maybe I can agree on certain things, because if you're a super die-hard fan, if something's completely killed for you, it's going to be hard for you to take it. I get
Exactly.
Like, I remember X-Men. Remember we came out, X-Men The Last Stand, right? And I remember I was like, what the fuck? And I got emotional, right? I was like, fuck me. So I get it, right? I do get it. I mean, some people go too far. I mean, that's fucking crazy. But I get when you've grown up with something and you completely destroy it. I just think you should always keep a little bit of an open mind. Watch it again. If you watch it 3-4 times and you're like, you know what? In conclusion, I don't like it. Fuck it. That's it.
Exactly.
Done.
It is done.
But as soon as you get emotional about it and get medication and shit, then you're going a bit too far. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are crazy.
It's full on. All right, bro. Because I got to head out soon, man. Let's talk about Bright, and I'm gonna do my top 5. I'm not gonna do a top 10. You can do your top 5 as well. So Bright, bro, came out on Netflix yesterday. I'm going to give you a quick overview of my thoughts. Huh?
Spoiler reviews?
Yeah, man, spoiler, man. Let's spoil the shit out of this, man. As Kevin Smith and fucking Mark Bernardin do. Big up Kevin Smith and Mark Bernardin, because you guys are fucking awesome. Because you guys cracked me up. Today, Kevin Smith, there's a scene in his review of fucking The Last Jedi, yeah? He made me die. I was laughing. I was dying, bro. Him and Mark Bernardin. Mark Bernardin's like, he says these few things, and he goes, you know the end scene, which was quite a beautiful scene, when she goes up with the ship and she points to Snoke's ship and she goes in hyperspeed through the ship. Everything is silent, and he goes, the reason why they shot that shit in silent is because nobody can hear you scream in space. They cross the streams, and he was like, the Alien and the Ghostbusters reference just fucking killed me, bro, man. I was in tears. I'm gonna send you that. I'm gonna send you that video. It's good.
Yeah, no, I saw it it's on my list of YouTube things to watch. I need to catch it.
It's good. So Bright came out on the 22nd of December yesterday on Netflix, starring Will Smith and Joel Edgerton, if I'm right. He was the brother that was a teacher in Fighter. Yeah, and director David Ayer, who did End of Watch, Suicide Squad, and what else? He's done a few other movies, but I think he's a great director, to be honest. I feel like with the backlash he got on Suicide Squad, I don't know. I personally felt like he needed to prove something. He went back to something that he knows how to do well, is give us grounded, real life situations. Because fucking End of Watch was full on, bro. And yes, Bright reminded me of that. How grounded and, how, everything. So basically, it's a story of two cops in LA. One's a human, one's an orc. So, orc and fairies and fucking all sorts of shit live in LA now. So the world...
Shit, all that stuff.
Yeah, so it's a world that's with human beings, basically. So, there's the ghettos of the fair... there's so much to the ghettos of the orcs. You've got the Elf Town, which is more about the rich and the famous. So, I mean, this movie has an underlining story to it. Meaning to it. It has a meaning to it. And I think they put the message across really well. I mean, G-Man, what was your thoughts? Let me get your thoughts, bro.
That was my first thing, just from the opening. Do you remember all the graffiti and stuff, right? From that, some of those graffiti messages just gave you. You could just tell this movie's got a meaning to it, man. You're trying to say, like you were saying, like when you see the movie, the orcs are like the ghetto, man. Yeah. They're like lower class and what. This film is showing a message of real life. It reminded me of, like, I don't know, like a 1995 LA gangster movie,
yeah.
Right? Where the blacks are being treated bad by the police. I'm just saying, but this is the same sort of thing. Like, human beings are looking down upon these orcs.
Of course.
I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And there's always this classism and then this kind of racism and whatnot. When they went to the Elf Town, they were rich. And you know what? Every time we've seen these sort of fairy tale movies with elves and orcs and whatnot, I've never noticed until this movie showed me.
Exactly.
There is classism within that fairy tale land, right? Yeah. The elves are always very straight, very elegant, nice hair, and they're very rich and clean. And the orcs have always been, brute, butters-looking motherfuckers. They're very like ghetto savages.
Yeah.
They got color. I'm not trying to say, but they got color on their skin.
Yeah.
And this movie kind of, like I said, first of all, this movie was like, this is a message. This is a direct message of human beings and life.
Human beings, yeah.
Even though this film didn't give a backstory, so the way I'm taking this film is like, this is Earth. There is no they came.
Yeah.
It's like, this is how Earth
That's how Earth was, yeah.
So, yeah, and so as human beings, we do what we do best, and well, I don't want to say that as a whole, as a general, but we discriminate against things that are different.
Yeah,
so we do that in real life, right? In human being history, we've discriminated against people with color, discriminated people with different beliefs and religion. In this, it's the same thing, man. Everyone's discriminating against these orcs because they look different. Or, no, there was something that they did 2,000 years ago, and they're like, oh yeah, 2,000 years ago, there's still things like, that's in the past, man. So, to me, I was like, this film is a message before anything else. No, and it's a message of human beings are always just going to discriminate things that are different, no matter what.
Exactly. But the story is about these cops finding this special, they call them Brights, who wield a magic wand, and the magic wand can grant you all your crazy wishes, and it actually belongs to this crazy-ass psycho bitch who just cuts people's throats and shit. I think it was a good... I mean, that's the main part of it. She chases Will Smith, Scott, his name's Scott in there, and Nick, who's Joe Ergardon's character, who plays an orc, chases them across LA City, which is beautiful, because the scenery and the way it was shot, and it was absolutely awesome. There was that scene, when they hit the barrier, because the one couldn't go out of her reach. Fucking wicked. But I think it had, the they weren't Mexican, but...
They looked it. See, you didn't even see. That's how crazy it is, yeah?
Yeah.
Before you finish, you didn't even have to. The first thing that came to your head was they're not Mexican, but they looked it.
They looked it, but Latinos, yeah. No, of course, yeah, you're right, and we do that. We do that. So exactly. It's like this movie, as you said, that meaning is just there, bro. But they absolutely smashed it. They didn't know what they were dealing with. All they know is that they want this wand, and they're going to do anything they can to it. But he brought these parts of the ghetto so real and worked so real. Like, bro, when they went in that club scene, when they drive past the orcs and they're telling them, get the fuck out of here. I'm going to tell your parole officer, don't let me tell you twice. And to be honest, bro, I like Will Smith's character in this one, man. Because he was broken between the two worlds as well. He was, he's worried about his family and what he's going through. But then you've got the humans telling him one thing, and you've got this orc shit going on as well. You know when the FBI came up to him and said, "Oh, you're in debt. You can't even look after your family." And like, I hate the fact people people always work on your weaknesses, isn't it? And they keep getting like. I like the fact that the character had to go through that, because it's like, I'm gonna do right. I'm gonna do some mad shit, but I'm gonna do right. So if I have to kill these cops, because that scene was sick. Because originally I thought, oh shit, he's looking to kill this dude, man. But he flipped the script. He suddenly felt like, I need to do something good. That's why that scene in the toilet when he goes, you don't want me as a friend, man. Because I almost contemplated on killing you. Yeah, but I want...
deep. I mean, I no, like you were saying, man, I liked his character because he was obviously between the humans and his partner, and obviously he had that thing in his head because he got shot, remember, by an orc. And he had that thing in his head, like, you're my partner.
Yeah.
Like, did you back me up? Did you let the guy go? So that was fucking with him too. Yeah. But he always didn't know, you know what I'm trying to say? So, you know, he was just going in two minds of like, again, it's trust issues, man. Again, if you went back to 1990, the early 90s and watched the movie, that orc would have been a black dude, right? And it would have been the same thing. All the white cops would be like, why is this, you know, black dude on the team? We need to get him the fuck out. Not what they called, like internal affairs. They came in, they were trying to plot against him. Right? It's all of that discrimination. But he knew this guy's got my back. Like, he knew there was something.
Yeah, something.
You know what I'm trying to say? Even though he had doubts, he had doubts on both ends of the spectrum. Like, I know this, he could be a fucked up or this dude can help me out. And these human beings are the ones trying to fuck me over. You know what I'm trying to say?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
It was I was just saying it was deep. Like the way it was shot, like you were saying, like, you know, they look like essays on the streets, the clubs, all that. That's why it makes me feel that this was Earth. Like, it was naturally glue. There was they ended up on the planet a couple of years ago and they now integrated. This is Earth.
No, none of that. This is Earth, basically.
Yeah, and this is an interesting take on that fairy tale land. We've never seen a fairy tale world where it's kind of real. You know what I'm trying to say?
Of course, yeah.
Like, Lord of the Rings and all them films, they're fantasies, man. This almost felt like a realistic fairy tale world, you know?
No, of course,
fairies and elves and orcs and shit like that. But I thought that was an interesting approach to it, man.
Definitely. I really enjoyed it. Guys, we just spoiled the shit out of it, so if you haven't seen it, go check it. It's on Netflix. But it's one to watch. People are going to look at story, inconsistencies, and all this shit. People need to fucking shut the fuck up and just enjoy something. Sorry. That's just me just saying that personally, because I did see a couple of the reviews, and I read a couple of the reviews. Why do you look at things in so much detail where you've got other movies that come out that are even worse, but you'd rather pay money for that? Like, I'm not going to lie, if this was out in cinema, I would have watched it. It was a cinema film. Okay? But the problem is that people always got something to say. And I'm going to back up directors, artists, anybody who works on something like this, yeah? This, at the end of the day, this is somebody's baby. They've been working on it for years. What sort of perfect world do you live in for somebody to give you a perfect movie? No. It doesn't work like that. I think, anyway, this goes on forever. Society is spoiled. We get too much hand-fed it to us. I didn't want to know backstory about what was happening. I wanted to know between these two characters what was going on. I think their chemistry was great. I think it was a good buddy cop movie in a fairy tale world.
Yeah.
Grounded.
No,
Grounded.
I agree.
Alright, man.
I mean, like you were saying, man, people expect too much. Maybe sometimes we expect too much, but I think what we have to do is just look at the moistness of things, right?
Of course.
Talk about the bad. Of course, we should talk about the bad and say, you know what, I personally didn't like this because this and that. But don't be like, oh, I don't like it. It's shit. It's basic. Nobody watch it. Fuck you. You made my life hell. The one that gets me the most, like, not to go too deep into it, Batman vs Superman. The amount of shit that got, or even Justice League. I'm just like, I know it's not a perfect movie. I know it's not great. But fuck me, I could watch that 10 times. I could watch it because I like it.
Exactly.
I'm just looking at the moistness, you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. But yes, I can admit, yes, it's not a great put together movie. It's not. But fuck it, man. Just get moist over it.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what. But people.
People
are critics.
yes, do talk about the negatives. Do talk about what you don't like. Yes, yes, yes. But then talk about what you did like. Talk about what made you moist. I know, however long Batman vs Superman is, I know for 1 second there was one scene where you were like you busting up, because there's always that. You know what I'm trying to say? So
no, it's so true, so true, so true.
People don't express that though. People just want to say, "Oh, it's basic. That's it. I don't want to know no more." Fuck off, man. Speak about something moist as well. Have a positive with the negative. Why
no,
not?
of course, you've got to. Like I said, like with Bright, it has issues. It didn't bother me though, because I was genuinely moist. Bro, me and Ash was on the edge of our seat. We were screaming and shit, bro. Like, fucking hell, this is full on. It reminded me personally of End of Watch. You know what I mean? But like, I would say, as my brother said, Gilman, you know, take it in a positive, like I have as well. Like even with the Star Wars backlash, and I've had a few conversations over the past week with work colleagues and stuff like that, where, you know, they're crying and the rest of it, but I'm like, you guys don't see the positive side of things, man. Life, things move on, things change, things intertwine.
People are sheep, man. People are sheep. I always say, fuck critics, right?
Yeah.
Because why should someone I do not know tell me what I should like and not like?
Exactly.
I never forget when I watched Suicide Squad. I remember coming out thinking, that film was basic, but I actually enjoyed it, right?
Yeah.
I did like it, but there were scenes like with Batman and that I thought was wicked. And as soon as I go into work, everyone's like, oh, we got shit reviews, what do you think? Because I work for the Wall Street Journal, right?
Yeah.
They wrote a review and it was shit, right? And everyone's all like at the Wall Street Journal reading it, oh no, the Wall Street Journal said it's crap. I'm like, I know they said it's crap, but why am I going to listen to this editor? No offense, I don't know him, but why is he going to tell me what I should like or not like?
No, exactly.
Stop being a sheep and just reading something and say, oh, I'm not going to watch it. Make your own choice in life. You know what I mean? Like or don't like something because of you did not like it or you did like it. Stop being a sheep about shit, man. Listen, Avatar is the most gross movie, made the most money in the... I think that film's alright. I don't think it's that great.
Yeah.
But that film, but obviously that film made $2 billion or whatever. I mean, like, people are sheep. That's what the problem is, man.
Yeah,
People are scared to express themselves, be who they want to be, and admit that.
Because we're living in a time where people want to be something else, bro. They don't want to be themselves no more. Unlike us, I don't know.
Remember, everyone wants to fit in.
I don't want to fit in, bro.
People, there is always going to be people that just want to fit in. They will go out of their characters to fit in.
Of course. All right. Wow, we've gone over the 1 hour mark, bro. All right, listen, man. Top 5 movies.
I'm trying to pull up a list, bro. Sorry, man.
No, it's all right. So I'm gonna go through my top 5. I was gonna do a top 10, but I'm gonna do a proper top 10 video, probably during the week sometime before the new year kicks in. So, and this is not in order. My first favorite movie of 2017 was Logan. That's one I can't get out of my head.
Second movie that made me cry in my life: Green Mile and freaking Logan. And my second time watching it, quick one. I watched it the first time with some friends, and I was like, "Oh fuck, Logan movie's gonna be shit." But I went to get moist and watch it.
Yeah.
I watched it, and I was like, "Oh, that was pretty good, man." And then my ex phoned me, and she wanted to watch it with me. She's not a comic book fan. I watched it with her the second time. But I started bawling, man, second time. And she's like, why are you crying? I'm like, oh, you don't know what the fuck I'm going through right now. Leave me alone. Second film to make me cry. Brilliant film.
Good film. The next one, War of the Planet of the Apes. Now, that movie, and it's topping with Logan at the moment, because I'm going to do a top 10. That was a brilliant movie, man. Absolutely amazing. Great story structure, great character growth. Like, Matt Reeves directed an amazing movie, and I love it to bits. My third movie was Baby Driver. Don't know why. I like Edgar Wright, his comedy, his way he directs, the way the film was. Really cool. Great soundtrack as well. My fourth movie is Wonder. That's with Julia Roberts and... what's his name, man? It's gone right in my head. Who's the guy from Zoolander, bro? Ben Stiller, and who's the other guy? Who's the other one?
Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson. Yeah, Owen Wilson and Julia Roberts in a movie called Wonder. Absolutely beautiful movie. I loved it to bits. Very heartwarming movie. Very touching. Very, very, very touching. And my fifth movie at the moment will be Wonder Woman. I thought it was a great movie. Very powerful, very strong. I think Gal Gadot has grown into the character. I know that when she was announced as Wonder Woman, everybody went fucking crazy. But I think she played it great. And I think they really opened up her world massively. And I understand, I like her more as a character now than I ever did before. But what's your thoughts, bro?
Look, man, I'm just gonna quickly go off what made me
Yeah, go for it,
excited.
Yeah.
I won't go in any order, and I think this might be over 5, man. But I'm gonna go with John Wick 2.
Oh shit.
So fun.
Good movie.
I love the action. I love the choreography, and I love the work that Keanu Reeves put into it, taking jiu-jitsu and all that stuff. It's fun. I loved it, man.
Yeah.
Logan, like I said, second movie in my life to make me cry. Brilliant movie, and it was brilliant exiting movie for Hugh Jackman. I'm so happy that he got one brilliant Wolverine movie. I'm glad that happened.
Yeah, that's right.
War on Planet of the Apes. Yeah, I agree. Brilliant movie. We grew up with Caesar. It's almost like we got to know Caesar from the beginning to his death. If you ain't seen it, you fucked up. He dies and shit. That was brilliant. And in regards to just fun, man, pure fun, for me, Spider-Man Homecoming, I watched that. I was moist the whole film. Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Oh, shit.
I know there's backflashes and stuff. I enjoyed it. I was there loving every second of it.
Yep.
Thor Ragnarok, again, enjoyed it. Justice League. I'm purely going to films that really just made me happy in the cinema. I was excited and I was like, I want to watch that again. So those are the deep ones, man. I mean, you said Baby Driver, that was a brilliant film as well. So yeah, man. For me, it was just fun stuff, man. But if we do a proper one, I'll start thinking about more deeper sort of things.
No, that's cool. We do that.
You know what? I like going to the cinema and just being on the edge of my seat. Make sure I've gone toilet twice because I'm not waking up very up. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I make sure I'm clear and I can sit there and watch the movie and just be excited and just smile because I tell you what, Guardians of the Galaxy, I smile throughout the whole film.
Yeah, same here. I'm not gonna lie. It's stuff that gets me moist. Like, it really genuinely gets me moist and happy because I'm looking at shit that's grown in so long, bro. Like, you know, Marvel have been playing at it for a long time. I think comic book movies just bring something out of me. I mean, even with The Last Jedi, bro, when I went to watch it the second time, bro, I remember we were running late because there was a bit of issues with Yaku didn't make it back in time. He had to take a shit and he ended up staying at home. Man's waiting at home. I ended up driving to Ahmed, picking him up. And then we didn't eat as well, so we were starving. But it was like, I'm moist, bro. But I was like, bro, I didn't take a piss. Even if I missed the beginning crawl, I need to go take a piss, bro. So I went and took a piss, came back, just got it in time, and Habib had fallen asleep halfway through the movie. And, you know, those memories like that. But I was moist because I was so moist, and I looked beside me, and there was a scene, you know the scene with Kylo Ren and Luke Skywalker at the end, and he goes, if you strike me down. And I was like, oh, shit, this is moist. Like, I started to enjoy it the second time more, and then I looked, and I really see his Habib like, and I was like, yo, basic, man. Why did you even come out for? Why didn't you just stay at home? But, no, you're right. It's all about the excitement. It's all about the experience, man. Like, the experience for me is such a big thing, because, like, I think we grew up in a way was, yes, I learned a lot of things from movies, bro. You know what I mean? Life experiences, things, and I just feel like I know how to disconnect and just get lost in a film. I love films. That's the main thing. I love going to the cinema.
That's why we watch movies. That's why we go to cinema, man, to get lost in that world.
Yeah,
yes, we're going to criticize something, but you want to get lost. You want to be excited. I paid fucking £10. I want to be excited for this movie. So, you know, like I said, like a movie like John Wick, it's simple. It's a simple movie.
Exactly.
But I'm happy to pay the money because I love the way it is, you know, I love the movie it is. It's a simple movie. I remember John Wick 1, everyone kept on being like, it was over a dog. It was over a dog. They killed his dog. I'm like, alright, fuck it. Even if it was, how amazing was that choreographing? How amazing was the action?
Of course.
And then lastly, it's not over the dog. His wife died. His wife gave him the dog. There's more meaning to it. Fuck it. If you didn't see that, then you're basic.
Yeah, exactly.
The beauty of it, I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, what the fuck? The way he's doing his movements is amazing.
No,
so, people, like I say, man, it's about going to the cinema. It's about that amazing content. That's what you pay for.
Exactly.
You're just like, yes, that film made me happy. I'm good. I'm trying to say that's what it's all about, man. That's what people need to appreciate a bit more, and that's why I'm gonna like all these basic films. And
no, of course.
I'm still gonna love them.
Of course.
Keep bringing them, man. Seriously, just keep giving us the content.
Take my monies, bro. Take my monies. That's it. Take my money.
Take my money. But like you said, you can learn a lot from movies, man.
No, of course.
Like, old school movies like Bronx Tale, man. I mean, shit, that film teaches you a lot, man. I don't care.
Exactly.
That's a movie.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
I learned artwork and being creative and being inspired by movies to make me do what I want to be doing right now. So that's the main thing. But all right, dude, I gotta go for dinner before I get kicked up the arse. Wife is waiting for me. But bro, safe man. Thank you so much for catching up with me at this time, bro. It's been an honor. I'm telling you, it's been absolutely amazing.
I love this. I love geeking out with you. This is great that we. Well, let's be real, man. Like, this is the only chance that we chat for a whole hour.
No, of course, and it's always nice. Always nice.
Wicked, man. I love it, bro.
We gotta say a massive thank you to the subscribers, bro. I'm gonna let you say thank you to my subscribers.
Subscribers, thank you so much. Thank you. As they would say in Hong Kong,
That's it.
Appreciate it. Just keep watching, keep subscribing. Kibla will come out with all the content that you want. If there's anything that you ever want us to talk about,
let us know. Comment.
We're just make comments and whatnot. We're just here expressing ourselves.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. So guys, I want to say a massive happy Christmas and have a great New Year. We will have more videos coming out, so we will have another podcast coming out in the New Year. Well, no, not in the New Year. We got one more podcast before the New Year, bro. So we've got to start planning, bro. And so we'll have some content about that. We'll have our top 10 on our next podcast, like proper in-depth top 10.
Let's do a highlight of 2017, not just top 10 movies,
highlights, of course. I think we do that. We do highlights. Definitely. I've got more sketch videos coming out during the week. I'm going to finish off Storm and Wonder Woman, so you guys will get to see that. But then I'm working on another project, which I think I may be filming, show you lot, but I have to wait and find out about that. What else was there? So, subscribers, thank you. Guys, if you like this video, click on the like button. Guys, if you want to share this with the geeky world and put it up on blog posts or wherever, guys, you are more than welcome. Guys, if you have any comments, please comment below. And if you want to follow us on social media, our social media links will be in the description box. And, guys, for real, have a wonderful Christmas, and we'll catch you guys up soon. And from London to Hong Kong, peace.
Have a nice Christmas, guys. Be safe. Peace.